Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dallas Glenn, and welcome to week 2 of the Playmakers Podcast Wrestling Edition. On this episode, we're going to talk about the Mae Young Classic. We're going to talk about how the Mae Young Classic affects WWE Evolution, and we're going to talk about how what happened on Raw and SmackDown affects SummerSlam and Evolution. We're looking ahead. We know. We haven't even started thinking about Hell in a Cell. But trust me, every match we can think of that might occur at SummerSlam is going to be discussed. Every scenario that we can think of that's going to happen at WWE Evolution is going to be discussed. I'm even going to try my best to provide some actual factual analysis for how I think the field for the WWE Mae Young Classic is going to break down. So please sit back, enjoy. We had a lot of content, a lot of discussion this week. So however this is edited, trust me, you're going to enjoy it.
Good afternoon. I'm Dallas Glenn. That's Darnell Sallins. Welcome to the wrestling edition of the Playmakers Podcast. Darnell, how are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. This was a great WWE week. We had Raw, we had SmackDown. We won't be able to see it for a while, but the Mae Young Classic tapings have started today. And even though we don't really have a chance yet, because it's taping and they like to be close to the vest, we are going to start off trying to compare what this year's Mae Young Classic will mean in the big scope of things. Now, Darnell, I've heard that the Mae Young Classic episodes are going to premiere September 9th. By chance, do you remember what date Evolution is supposed to be?
Evolution is October 28th. So pretty much you having this tournament starting, which is, I think it's either 16 or 32 women competing in this tournament. So there's plenty of time to get to the finals by the time Evolution get here. And with that, it was just broken that Beth Phoenix and Renee Young would be on commentary for the Mae Young Classic. So that was a great call by WWE.
Oh, yeah, Renee Young, I think she's the best overall cheering non-wrestler going today. Paul Heyman is obviously 1A or an extremely close second. But I mean, there's not many people in the business that don't wrestle at all. We're not talking part-time. She doesn't wrestle at all. Never wrestled. She might be the best thing going. For her to be commentating at this year's tournament, that's going to be great. That's going to be some great entertainment. So I pulled up the roster for the 2018 Classic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yep, 32. So that means they're probably going to have 2 16-seated brackets. So, yeah. It makes sense because they definitely stretched it out to where they'll take all the time they need to, make sure it's the best product possible, because at the end of the day, a major all-women's tournament where the final is going to be at WWE's first ever all-women's pay-per-view. I mean, it's good to see they're taking their time and putting in the effort. So, I mean, do you have any thoughts about the tournament itself right now?
Apparently, the first one was a great hit for WWE. So bringing them back to do a second one, and then adding that the finals will be at a historic night in October, talking about WWE Evolution on October 28th. I mean, can it get any better?
I don't know. Looking at the field itself, now, full disclosure, I will admit I'm biased, heavily biased, to people from the American independent scene. I used to work for the National Wrestling Alliance. I'm currently a social media correspondent for Supreme Wrestling in Indiana. So whenever I see people from the American independent, I get very happy. But off that, I see Ashley Rain, Io Shirai from Japan, Caitlyn, who's making her returned to WWE. Mia Yim, Chimera Conti, Tony Storm, and yeah, I'm thinking those are the ones I'm expecting to do a lot. Now to win, I think it's going to come down between Ashley Rain, Mia Yim, and Io Shirai. Mia Yim was in last year's tournament, and she's done a lot of stuff. She's been in Impact Wrestling as Jade, and she's done intergender matches lately. She's been tearing it up for a minute. Ashley Rain, she's been in TNA for a super long time. People might remember her and know her as Madison Rain. She has a ton of experience. She's basically coming in with like Eric Young, Bobby Roode level experience, and she's like a pioneer and a true like integral part of TNA's knockout division history. So, and Caitlyn, it's Caitlyn as a former Diva champion. I think this is the first time in the tournament's history that a former active roster champion will be competing. I know it's only been 2 tournaments, but I'm pretty sure Caitlyn's the first one. I think that's every tournament too. No. Because Tajiri was like heavyweight champion, cruiserweight champion at one point. Yeah, her and Tajiri, I think those are the only ones that have been, and Brian Kendrick was tag team champion. Not many people are doing what Caitlyn's doing right now. And that gives her a lot of experience. So
Let me say this to our listeners. Don't be surprised for more of the old women that you used to watch coming back. Because this event for Evolution is so historic. There's a lot of women, old, then, and now, that are coming. Don't be surprised when you see Lita, Trish, Beth Phoenix, the Bella Twins, they all coming. Don't be surprised when you see people from TNA coming over. This event is that historic.
Yeah, truth be told, the Women's Royal Rumble is going to open up the floodgate. I mean, that show, that was great, and that was like the first big step. Now we got this 32-women tournament. And Darnell, we got Japan, the United States, England, China, India, Portugal, Canada, Wales, Brazil, Chile, and Puerto Rico, and Australia, we didn't say it before, represented. We got like a lot of people. So, for the WWE Universe, that's kind of skeptical. For those who may be concerned, it depends on where you're looking and how you're looking. Because if you're only watching the first segment of Raw and the main event of Raw, and even then you can't say that because there's a women's match at main event at Raw. If you're only basically paying attention to one championship and then saying that WWE doesn't care or the prize is, you can't say that. And there's a lot of people here where this will be their first major exposure. Like, say what you will, but it's Shimmer, it's Women of Honor, it's Shine, Stardom in Japan, and WWE and Impact. As far as major audiences, WWE is the only promotion that's all around the world and is doing stuff like this. Impact Wrestling has had all women's pay-per-views before, but they haven't had a spotlight 32-person tournament like this. I'm pretty sure. WWE is literally pulling the best talent from all over the world and giving them a chance. And what this is going to do, this is going to expose it to you. So you're going to see somebody who's your favorite. You're going to see more of her. And that's going to help her. That's going to help the promotions that she works for. At the end of the day, if she can get a buzz because you like her, you keep paying attention, and you tell more people about her, she might come. She might get a full roster deal. And then you would have been a big part of somebody that you want to see in the probably WWE. They're listening. And maybe frustrating at times, But they're listening. And, man, think about it, Darnell. So we just had Ronda Rousey main event Raw. Because ultimately, we had Alicia Fox main event Raw. Hometown girl.
Man, Monday Night Raw.
We had the Women's Royal Rumble. And we're going to have an all-women's pay-per-view. And I'm pretty sure, like, I'm 90% sure, we're probably going to get a Women's Survivor Series elimination match. I mean, we thought last year was big for women's wrestling and WWE, but I think they topped it this year, Darnell. We're not even done yet.
Let's go ahead and get into Monday Night Raw because they gave us a show to look forward to SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
We can start looking forward to
I mean, they gave us a lot to chew on as far as Raw goes. Like,
They open up the show with Kurt Angle, Eric Corbin, and Roman Reigns.
True.
If you watched last week's show, they kicked Roman Reigns out of the building. Paul Heyman was begging for his job. Brock Lesnar comes out, F5's Kurt Angle, scares Baron Corbin off, and assaults Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns says, if you want to kick me out last week, this wouldn't happen to y'all.
Valid.
And then Baron Corbin wants to chime in like he always does.
Mm-hmm.
They want to say, what would you would have done? You haven't done nothing. You haven't beaten him. Which prompted Kurt Angle to say, y'all two have a match. The Constable versus Roman Reigns. A great match. They were going back and forth. And they got to a point where Baron Corbin was like, I don't know if I can beat this man. Let me get out of here. Until Finn Balor shows up. Finn Balor shows up, stop Baron Corbin from leaving. Roman Reigns catches him, spears him. 1, 2, 3. And then as soon as Finn Balor gets a retribution, he does his kick into the turnbuckle and a coup de grace to Baron Corbin. Now we have Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good start to the show.
So, long scheme of things, thinking towards SummerSlam, what do you think that, even though it was a Roman Reigns match, I think that was more for Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. What about you?
It was, because pretty much Finn Balor and Baron Corbin went on the match card for SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened on Monday night put them on the match card for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, it goes again, it's real frustrating at times, but dude, like, Finn Balor, he's going to have another pay-per-view match. They're keeping him involved, and they're keeping Baron Corbin involved. This kind of wouldn't make sense, Baron Corbin being so young and so talented, being in like a executive role. He ain't broken down yet. They're letting this thing have some legs, and trying to figure out where this thing is gonna go. So what do you think that's gonna last after SummerSlam though?
I think this is it after SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, because when you really think about it, what besides Finn Balor being like the super positive and optimistic employee, what is it really that has Baron Corbin so upset at him? Like, if he keeps losing matches against him, what's the point?
Remember, even when Baron Corbin was on SmackDown, he always had this thing with short people.
True.
They never took that away from him. They let him continue to pick on short people.
Yeah, well, we can't all be 6'8".
So the thing is, one thing I like about it, even though he's like in a executive role, they never took his character away.
What else went down? Because it was from the Roman Reigns segment to Ronda Rousey, there was a lot in between.
Yeah, we finally had Mojo Rawley and Bobby Roode finally settle this in the ring. So it was a nice match. It was a nice match to come off what opened the show.
So what are you wanting? What are you wanting out of Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley? Are you happy that they're both getting exposure? Do you want Bobby Roode to come out looking good? Like, what is it that you want?
Okay. The thing is with Bobby Roode, they call him glorious. He has the role like Ric Flair. So pretty much you have to put Bobby Roode on the show. What I like what they're doing with Mojo Rawley, he's been stacking up wins, dominant wins. Okay, now we got you with somebody that's on your level. What you gonna do? Now Mojo Rawley came up on the short end. It was a nice match. I won't be surprised to see them go ahead again next week, or the week after that. But I think this is something that they can build on if they do it correctly.
I'm trying to figure out how exactly, it goes back to kind of what I said down last week. The NXT people are losing so many legs when they come on the main roster. It's like they lose all their steam. Mojo Rawley should be in a tag team. Like, he really, how would I say it? He needs to be under somebody's lightning. Whereas Bobby Roode, he can work alone. He can be alone. He can compete in singles. But he has to win. He has the robe. He has the flair. He has the personality. He has the experience. The man is almost 40. Way back when in the old wrestling days, your late 30s is when you were just starting to get, like, up there as far as competition level. The Ric Flairs, the Dusty Rhodes, our Andersons, the Magnum TAs, the World Warriors, like all of them, once they hit their 30s, kind of like AJ Styles, once you hit that age, that's when you start really being one of the best. Everything else was you just learning. So I think both guys need this. They definitely need to be on TV. That's the first thing. They definitely got to be on TV. But, I hope that who do you think needs to win more?
With the pressure and everything, it has to be Bobby Roode. You want to see Bobby Roode in the main event status.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, whoever comes out of this Intercontinental Championship match between Ziggler and Rollins, you want to see Bobby Roode in there fighting for the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm. I fully agree.
Because, the Intercontinental Championship is usually when you got the Intercontinental title, you can be a main eventer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Bobby Roode needs to be in the Intercontinental Championship. So it's more important for Bobby Roode.
What do you think is going to happen to Mojo Rawley after everything?
That's a good question. Because if you think about it, Mojo Rawley used to play football. There's plenty of guys who play football and made hella noise. The Rock, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. So it can be done. It's the fact that can Mojo bring that out of himself?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna give him this. To be a heel and not as hype as he used to be, it's working for him.
Really?
It's like, I don't care about being hype. I don't care about this. Y'all can have all your fun y'all want to. I just care about stacking up wins. And for him to be as big as that is, that means a lot. Because he's big. He ain't no small guy.
Mm. So
when he come to you and it's like, how all the fun you want? Well, meet me in that ring and I'll show you something. And he does it. It's like, okay, I can see where this is going. But can you continue to build it and upgrade it when it's time? So I think that's the next step when it comes to Mojo Rawley. Will they allow him to continue to build that personality he's working with and then take it to the next level?
I think that if he can do the best possible showing that he can, this will translate into something like Brock Lesnar. As long as he's the Universal Champion, the Intercontinental Championship is the top championship. So I don't know if Mojo Rawley is ready to beat the Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and the Rollins of the world. However, if there is a different Universal Champion, if there is a different ladder for Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, et cetera, to climb, I think Mojo Rawley can start making his way into relevance in that division. I think that, the tag team division, I think that there are too many teams that have been teams that deserve to get their opportunities. I don't think Mojo Rawley should find a partner and, go to the tag division if they don't have actual tag teams already. But, yeah, man, you don't want him to go back to NXT. At the same time, there's a lot of talent there, man. I'm just hoping that, he can get his shot.
He's getting in now. We'll see how it goes moving on. And you spoke of the tag team division. They had the tag team champions, the B team. That's a new music theme, by the way. That debuted on Monday night in Jacksonville, Florida. They're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Revival. And you felt the sense that this match is not going to finish. You just felt that the leaders of the world was going to show up at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And before long, that's exactly what happened. They took out.
Feeling Percy.
That was great. The lights went out, and you just knew, there we go. That's all we was waiting for, the lights to go out. So they took out both one half of each team and let it be known that they're here. So now we can look forward to next week because the tag team titles are on the line in a triple threat tag team match.
Now, what do you think about a triple threat tag team match happening right before SummerSlam? Not right before, but before SummerSlam.
It makes me think. It makes me think, like, if the B teams run over and they get a rematch at SummerSlam,
that's been a weird thing with WWE lately.
Or does the B team win and the Raw tag team titles don't make it to SummerSlam?
Well, that's something you got to think about. See, last year.
Because you already know the SmackDown tag team titles would be defended at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. I think that's clearly why. Oh, go ahead.
And it's going to be a show now. Because we know who's challenging the Bludgeon Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is, can we make the Raw tag team titles on the same level as the SmackDown tag titles? Or is it better to leave it off and put something more noteworthy in that slot?
Well, they've been promoting the Cruiserweight Championship to be defended at SummerSlam. But, SummerSlam is so long. And did they have a 2-hour kickoff show for WrestleMania? The Royal Rumble.
Yeah, kickoff shows for all of them. Pretty much.
No, one of them was longer than the other.
It was.
Point being, though, like
WrestleMania, I think. WrestleMania was 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Finn Balor, Baron Corbin needs to be on the kickoff show. But, man, you can put the Raw titles at least on the kickoff show. You don't have to keep them off completely. You can give the fans a treat and have a 3-match kickoff show. They do a lot of pre-show talking anyway. I mean, what best way to keep everybody tuning into the pay-per-view is matches.
But you think about it, what we got right now? We have the Cruiserweight title on the match card. We have Finn Balor being covered on the match card. You have the Raw Women's Championship on the match card. The SmackDown Live, tag. The SmackDown Tag, the SmackDown Women's Championship. You have the U.S. title. You have the Intercontinental title. You have the WWE title. You have the Universal title. That's 9 matches already booked.
They have 9 matches at Extreme Rules?
So yes, we already had 9 matches booked already. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go in there and put a 10th one in there because I think Authors of Pain and Titus Worldwide is gonna make it to SummerSlam.
Oh God!
Because you had Apollo. You had Apollo Crews win his match against Aka last week, and then you had Razar beat Titus O'Neil this past Monday. So it's 1-1 in singles, and we still got 2 weeks to go before SummerSlam.
It's a major pay-per-view. Why would that match with one team you kept off TV for months and a jobber team have a match on the pay-per-view, but the Raw Tag Team Championship wouldn't be defended?
So, I'm just saying, it could be, like I said, the B team loses next week, and they get their rematch at SummerSlam.
I think that's the best way to go.
But I want to believe that it's time for the Authors of Pain to make their tag team run.
I don't see why you would give them a match at SummerSlam over the Tag Team Championship match that you kept them off of TV for 2 months. Oh, well, they need a SummerSlam match. They need a pay-per-view win so they can start getting over. Okay, you could have just kept them on TV those 2 months. They could have got over that way. They should be the ones wrestling for the Tag Team Championship, whether defending or winning. 2 months is more than enough time to get that over.
They know they need the Authors of Pains in the tag team division.
I'm just really curious though. Like, I don't know, man. See, the Revival, we could all understand because injuries. They both got hurt at different times. But Authors of Pain, I don't know. It's just like things happen in this business. You know which? Oh, Heyman. His sole client fired him in a very heartbreaking way last week. You could tell that heartbreaking is the perfect way to describe it because Paul looked disheveled. I feel like he hadn't shaved and he hadn't been out the house. The way he communicated with Renee Young, it's like he was just there. He even made mention of how he didn't want to upset Brock. How he didn't know if they should be talking about certain subjects in public. I mean, how did you take Paul Heyman's interview with Renee Young?
Hurt. That man is hurt.
Yeah.
That man is devastated. He don't know what to think. He don't know what to do.
Well, I think it's more so than he lost his sole client and he's wandering around as a businessman with nobody to advocate for. I think it goes all the way down to when Brock Lesnar said that she wasn't his friend. Like, I believe Paul Heyman has looked at this relationship much differently than Brock Lesnar has this entire time. That, to me, no matter how you feel about Paul Heyman, no matter how you feel, how sleazy he's been in the past, some things are just too much. Brock Lesnar just be so ruthless. And you know, sometimes the champions, Darnell, sometimes champions, they turn it up a bit when they know they have a big fight coming up. Sometimes they change their diet. They have to isolate themselves from their families. Sometimes they're not the best to be around. But, you know, Brock Lesnar was never the best to be around.
Dare I say that?
For him to alienate... So for Phil Heyman, for him to alienate the only person who truly, besides Sable, probably honestly loves Brock Lesnar, it's crazy.
Dare I say, though, going back to the opening of the show, Roman Reigns was emphatic saying that, please tell him that you did not suspend Brock Lesnar. And nigga said, no, I made sure Brock Lesnar would defend the title at SummerSlam. So dare I say, a suspension is coming for Brock Lesnar after SummerSlam? And which lead me to, dare say, does Roman Reigns win the title? And check this out. And this is just a rumor. So everybody that's listening, don't be up in arms about this. Just a rumor. Dare I say, does Roman Reigns win the Universal title with help? And when I mean help, think about it. Just something for y'all to think about. Y'all know what I mean by help.
Yeah, and that's why I have to, I gotta try and think about it, because, Darnell, I think what I was getting to earlier with the Mae Young Classic, I think that people want Roman Reigns to go to the dark side. People want Roman Reigns to turn on that killer instinct and stop doing whatever it is that they feel Vince McMahon is making him do. I don't know, though, if they really are ready for that possibility.
It occurred to me when Rihanna asked him, is there any potential clients that you've been looking at?
Yeah, and, he kind of dodged the question a little bit.
Did I go to his final statement, which was he's never seen Brock Lesnar like this? His 16 years with Brock Lesnar? That he don't know what this Brock Lesnar is capable of doing? And doing to somebody like Roman Reigns? Does that mean Roman Reigns is going to need help to finally get that title off Brock Lesnar?
I think we should kind of stop and think about that real quick. Because, I don't know if you heard it as much as I've had, but, people really aren't digging Roman Reigns right now.
They're not.
And I don't mean, for whatever reason, Roman Reigns kissing babies, doing the right thing, it's not, people aren't digging it.
They're not, but
it just makes,
at the same time, they'll tolerate Roman Reigns now because they like, let's hurry up, get the damn title and bring it to Raw, please.
All that for him to then, well, it's okay. He gets the title. He gets it off Brock Lesnar. It's on TV every week. Now can you just hurry up and lose it to all? You hurry up and lose it to Seth. And
pretty much to the fans, Roman Reigns has one job. If I may throw some comments in here, Roman Reigns has one job: bring the title to Raw. That's it. That's all they care about. You have one job: bring the title to Raw. That's it.
And you know what the wild thing is? People who think they know more, people who think it's the cool thing to boo what you're supposed to cheer and cheer what you're supposed to boo. Roman's going to win and they're going to boo. And then you know what's going to happen backstage? Vince is going to say, see, they booed. He won and they booed. I could have just kept it on Brock and paid Brock. They don't know what they want.
They'll boo Roman Reigns, but they're happy that they see the title.
And no, but see, that's the problem. If, for example, somebody says, I don't care, I don't want to see this YouTube episode, I don't want to hear about this YouTube episode, I can only do one of two things. I can remove them from my feed so I don't bother them anymore. Or I can say, hey, you know, I'm doing social media, and everybody on Facebook is saying they don't want to see the YouTube episodes anymore. So we stopped showing the YouTube episodes because I'm clearly getting all the direct feedback from the fans. And then 3 weeks later, people pop in my inbox and say, hey, Dallas, you know when the next YouTube episode is going to come out? Oh, well, you know, my boss said that you guys didn't want to see it because he looked at my page. So he said that we were just going to do something else. Oh, but man, we really liked it, man. You know, sometimes we can't always make the live shows. So what am I supposed to do, Darnell? My boss is seeing the feedback, and they're saying they don't want to see the show. So he took off the shows because that's what they wanted. Now they're saying they want the shows. What is he supposed to do? It's the same thing. Just because it's a bigger company doesn't mean it's not the same principle. If you boo when Roman Reigns wins against Brock Lesnar, well, we don't know. If he wins against Brock Lesnar, you boo, what is the point?
All right,
why do Brock in?
The guys are booing, the girls are cheering. Let's get that done.
It's a cheering too, and at the end of the day, they're the expensive one.
The guys are heard more loudly than anybody. I say the guys and the wrestling fans are booing louder than the Roman Reigns fans are cheering. I'll put it like that for you.
Yeah, and you know what? That was the same thing with Cena. And that's what people are understanding. When Cena comes out, he boos high-pitched cheers.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. I already told Dallas this. I want y'all to know. I'm saying that SummerSlam prepared to see a whole set of title changes. There might be a couple that be retained. But just know, there'll be more title changes than retains.
I agree. I'm with that. And you know what? When you really look at it, it's time for a lot of WWE Championship. It's time. It's okay if Samoa Joe wins. Universal Championship. It's time. It's okay if Roman Reigns wins. SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. It's one thing to have a dominant reign and beat everybody in front of you. It's another when you can tell a story. If the New Day were to win, they would become 5-time champions. You know what that would do for the Bludgeon Brothers? They would have to beat a 5-time tag team champion to become a 2-time tag team champion. What better way to show that you're one of the best in this new era to beat a 5-time World Tag Team Championship team? You know, it's one thing to beat everybody. It's another for somebody to catch you slipping and you make them pay for it and you let the world know to never try you like that again. So, you know, the SmackDown Championship, that can change. SmackDown Live Women's Championship, it's a triple threat shoot. May even become a fatal 4-way. Carmella can't win a fatal 4-way queen. I'm sorry. It just can't happen. You can't have her beat 3 legendary people in the same match.
Now let's get to the matter of fact 11 match. I forgot about this, and it came to me while you was talking. Elias was out. Technically, he was redoing his documentary that aired on the WWE Network. And he was going to do it in the ring. As he was trying to figure out how he wanted to do it, he looks at the crowd and he insults the crowd by saying, "This is the reason why I can't do the documentary, because of these people." In which the crowd responded by chanting "Duval," as they was doing throughout the whole night. And then he brought up Bobby Lashley's name. Bobby Lashley comes out, they have a promo back and forth. Elias acts like, okay, we finna move to a different location so we can actually continue our recording. And pretty much attacks Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley is Bobby Lashley, so you pretty much can figure out how that ended. So you can add that to SummerSlam. I'm saying Elias Bobby Lashley is at SummerSlam. So that's 11 matches at SummerSlam.
God, does that really need a SummerSlam payoff though? Like, can't that match wait till like the Raw after SummerSlam? Like, that match and also the paint, those matches really don't have to be on the show. Unless they're those like 5-minute breather matches between like a really good championship match so it doesn't step on the toes of another match. They really don't need to be. And even then, if it's just a breather match, it's going to further the feud, but not end it. It really doesn't have to be on the show. I don't think matches like that should be on the show until every championship has its spot. When every championship is accounted for, then you can start figuring out, like, okay, what feuds can we further? It's one of the major 4 shows. That was why the Usos in the New Day, that's why some of those matches were the best matches in the tag team division's history. That's saying a lot. Because it got to a point where it was like, okay, this is a World Tag Team Championship. This is one of the maybe 4 or 5 World Tag Team Championships that people actually pay attention to. IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship, the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championship, and you might be able to throw the Impact Tag Team Championships in there. Like, that's one of the 4 or 5 tag team championships that people actually care and pay attention to. You're going to have it on the kickoff show. So it's the same thing with the Raw Tag Team Championship. Just because you have somebody with the championship that you don't think is over enough doesn't mean that that belt isn't over enough. That championship needs to be defended on one of your 4 biggest shows.
I mean, you would think so, but then at one point, when the Usos were the tag team champions of SmackDown, he got left out.
They opened up every show. They opened every single show was on the kickoff. It was terrible and
exactly.
And it was
like the SmackDown tag team titles got left off of SummerSlam card. Not SummerSlam, but WrestleMania card.
What pissed me off the most was the Usos are going to go down to one of the best, if not the best, pure tag teams ever in WWE history. You show me a tag team in WWE history that was pure. They don't have to be brothers. They don't. They don't even have to have been like an NXT together. But when they got called up and when they were a tag team, they were a tag team that stayed together, never broke up, and were truly one of the best. New tag teams nowadays start out as tag teams and stay together in the WWE. The Usos are one of those few. Seriously, the Dudley Boys broke up. Edge and Christian broke up. Hardy Boys broke up. Too Cool broke up. Kurt and Chris Benoit, Team Angle, they broke up. Eddie Guerrero and Mysterio, Los Guerreros, they broke up. I mean, the Usos have been around. Darnell, it's crazy. The Usos have been around since the middle of the PG era. Now think about it. They debuted in the middle of the PG era. Think about how long they were in FCW. They've been with the company since like 2007 or 2008. Haven't broken up yet. Your best bell-to-bell tag team that you could ever rely upon, and you repaid them for having them in the kickoff show. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose weren't even officially the Shield. The Bar, granted, the Bar are one of the best tag teams in WWE right now. But think about how the Bar even started. I'm saying all that to say, like, look, you can't have Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose on the main show just because you want 2/3 of the Shield to reunite. But you have the best bell-to-bell pure tag team besides the Young Bucks in the world, but you put them on the kickoff show. It's like you take them for granted. Now you have Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, who have been consummate, professionals and have done all the jobs and have had all the matches that they need to. And, I mean, I don't mind them moving to the B team because they need to build a story. But that match has to be. I would rather them win, have the rematch, and at least be off the show. I don't care what the match is. I don't care if it ends in DQ. I don't care if the B team win it back. It's just the principle. Those two things deserve to be on SummerSlam. Even if it's the kickoff show. It could be the first match when the kickoff show starts. They just need to somehow be on SummerSlam. That's ridiculous.
Hey.
Like Extreme Rules, I could understand. Battleground, Hell in a Cell, No Mercy, I could understand. Not one of your big four. And that's supposed to be how you showcase yourself to the entire world, the entire industry. Like, hey, if somehow, some way, you're not a WWE fan or you've never heard of us, this is why you need to watch us. That's supposed to be one of those shows.
And as you're talking, another match popped in my head. May 12th, The Miz and Daniel Bryan.
Ooh, yeah. Let's get over to the blue side, man, because this match is about to be fire.
But just real quick, just let people know, Ronda Rousey did her in-ring debut this past Monday, and it worked out perfectly. She squashed Lisa Fox nice and quickly, gave her a promo to Alexa Bliss. That's how Raw ended. So they handled that perfectly.
Yeah, you know, I think that Ronda Rousey being in the main event and winning in convincing fashion, that right there was perfect. Spot on. You basically say, hey, Ronda Rousey, it's good enough to be in the main event. You're going to have to sit down and watch this entire show to see Ronda Rousey. And I don't know what the ratings were. I haven't listened to the reports. But basically, you're going to have to watch the entire show to get to Ronda Rousey.
And speaking of which, speaking of the women's division, you had the Wyatt Squad going against the best friends of Sasha Banks and Bayley. And the leader of the Wyatt Squad has returned.
Yay!
Ruby Riott made her return on Monday night and allowed the Wyatt Squad to pick up the victory over the best friends. So you had everything on roll. You had, okay, let's recap last week at the beginning. Then we moved to, okay, y'all two been battling with words all day. Now y'all two get in the ring. Let's go at it. Mojo Rawley and Bobby Roode. You keep this rivalry going with Arthur and Payne and Titus Worldwide. And you got Elias and Bobby Lashley continue their words of attrition at each other, mixed in with some fisticuffs. You had the B team and the Revival supposed to go 1-on-1, but the Deleted Aware intervene and shuts everything down. You have the Wyatt Squad upsetting the best friends in tag team action.
Is it really an upset, though?
I mean, yeah, it's Sasha Banks and Bayley.
Yeah, but, I mean, individually, yeah.
Against Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan.
An actual tag team, though.
Yeah, actual tag team, but you're talking about them. You're talking about two women who were struggling against one Ember Moon.
Valid.
So you have an upset because the leader came back. You had a surprise.
Valid.
And we know we cannot end talking about Raw without talking about the monster in the tank, Braun Strowman.
The whole stage.
He was under the stage the whole time.
So when the stage started tipping over in person, what was it like in the arena?
At first, they just seen the stage tipping. It's like, oh, wait a minute, was that? Hold on, did that happen by accident, or did all of a sudden it was tipping over again? And they kept going, and it's like, oh, and then everybody seen it's Braun Strowman. But that was the stage with Kevin Owens, Jinder Mahal, and Samir Singh all on stage. It was great. And then they put the rematch together with Jinder Mahal and Braun Strowman, and then guess what? Kevin Owens gets involved again. Braun Strowman gets disqualified. Jinder Mahal wins. So they pretty much selling the fact that, and that's at SummerSlam too. So that's 13 matches, potentially. So they really selling this fact that, hey, Brian, you can lose at any given moment. But guess what? A loss means Kevin Owens gets the briefcase. So they selling the fact that, Brian, I don't have to fight you to get the briefcase. I can just outsmart you and win the contract.
All it takes is a roll up.
No. Right. All it takes is a 10 count, a DQ.
Yep.
Oh, well, it don't matter.
Yeah, man, it's hey. And Kevin Owens, think about it. Braun Strowman, I feel that even if Braun Strowman loses the briefcase, I have this weird feeling that he'll find his way back into number one contendership. Kevin Owens, however, this is a man who still hasn't gotten his world championship rematch. So he might need that extra little And wouldn't it be perfect for a trickster like Kevin Owens to have the Money in the Bank case? It'd be very fitting.
But that leads me to the question, though. Let's just say Braun Strowman survives this match and does what he does to Kevin Owens. Is it possible if Roman Reigns defeat Brock Lesnar that Braun Strowman catches in?
I know one thing. Everybody starts booing him out the building when he wins. There's a great chance a cash is going to happen.
Is it dare to say we go from the beast to the big dog to the monster all in one swoop?
We've had 3 World Heavyweight Champions in one night before. There was a night where the whole entire Shield was the WWE Champion in one night.
I was just saying. Don't be surprised if there's a cash in at SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be surprised. We're going to take it for that. Because let's go to the Blue brand, my favorite brand. You know, if y'all know me, y'all know I love SmackDown. My dog came back. My boy came back.
And who would that be?
It was good to see AJ Styles back in Orlando, Florida. To respond.
For people who don't know, all I can say is Google is your friend. Please treat yourself. Oh, man.
What they did with Samoa Joe last week, you could ask for a better start to a rivalry.
Samoa Joe is so good.
They basically told Samoa Joe, whatever, bring some personal stuff to this rivalry. Y'all known each other for how long? Y'all don't wrestle each other at what? And y'all finally finna go at it here. You know what? Do y'all thing. And Samoa Joe's promo, what did that? I ain't even finna say spark. Exploded fireworks.
Speaking of Samoa Joe, I would be remiss. There's an art to squash match. There's an art to knowing your place on the totem pole when you're at a certain point in your career. Renee Young's segment with Paul Heyman was perfect. But if I had to pick a segment that was 10 out of 10 on Raw, it was Samoa Joe's match with R-Truth. I have never seen a squash match where the one who loses gets dominated, yet gets all of their stuff in. It was R-Truth's first match back from injury in like forever, and he got so much offense in that Samoa Joe beating him in a couple of moves made it look even better. Like, that match in 3 minutes had R-Truth show that, hey, don't forget about me. Because if I remember correctly, I may be wrong. Help me out. Was his talk with Shinsuke before or after his match with Samoa Joe?
No. R-Truth, Renee Young was doing a promo with Shinsuke about SummerSlam and Jeff Hardy. R-Truth comes in saying he's going to beat Carmella to get in the U.S. title match. Shinsuke decides to start talking Japanese to R-Truth. R-Truth was like, no, you know what? Forget Carmella. Forget SummerSlam. I want him now. You come back from commercial break and you find out from the commentator that Paige says, all right, you want Shinsuke, you can have Shinsuke. And in which Shinsuke is pretty much squashes R-Truth. So Shinsuke has a squash match. No Jeff Hardy. Randy Orton opened SmackDown talking about Jeff Hardy and talking about how he's going to take down every superstar the WWE Universe holds on a pedestal. So that's your U.S. title picture from Tuesday. Randy Orton does a promo. Shinsuke squashes R-Truth and Jeff Hardy is not there. So pretty much I'm expecting Jeff Hardy to return next week to respond.
Which makes sense because it won't be the Raw before SummerSlam, but we'll be a lot closer. It's good that they're letting things breathe. You need to figure out ways to let storylines breathe and not try to pack everything in. And that's when people get exhausted.
Which they're doing the same thing with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was not at SmackDown on Tuesday. AJ Styles was to respond to what Samoa Joe said last week. And the thing was, AJ Styles said, you know my family, you know my wife, you know my wife. So you can pretty much say Samoa Joe and AJ Styles were basically friends. And it turned on a dime because Samoa Joe wants that title. Now the storyline has come, we've known each other for this long. And how dare you put my family in your name? So now this is more than just a WWE Championship match.
The match is going to be so good.
And then
if they the WWE style, it can make a match more than what it should be. It can also tear down a match. I've seen Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. I've seen Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. I've seen Bobby Roode versus Eric Young. I've seen Bobby Roode versus Samoa Joe. All the mixed matches. I've seen these matches. I feel like the WWE style has a tendency to get in the way of things. But if this match can be what we all hope it's going to be, oh man, it won't matter if it goes on last or not. Because I can tell you right now, Samoa Joe and AJ Styles can put on a match that's at least one full star better than Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I used to work for the NWA, so there is definitely still a place in pro wrestling for the big bruiser, powerhouse, brawler, slow 30-minute match. There's a place for that, especially when you're fighting for a world heavyweight title. There's a place for that big heavyweight slugfest. It's people aren't invested enough for that big NWA-style slugfest between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Now, if AJ Styles and Samoa Joe had a street fight, if AJ Styles and Samoa Joe just fought all around the ring and, had a couple clotheslines and super kicks and some stiff punches and go through an announce table and everything and then come in the ring and then AJ Styles and Samoa Joe does the finish and wins, they're invested into that. They can do that slow heavyweight style fight. AJ Styles doesn't have to hit a single 450 splash because people care about that fight. People don't really care about the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar fight. Which also, speaking of not caring about fight, do you think that Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss match should be a squash match, or do you think that Ronda should win a hard-fought battle?
It depends. Who's in Alexa Bliss' corner?
Well, that's the thing. Should it really?
The reason why I say that is because supposedly Mickie James is out with an injury. And now she's with Alicia Fox. Who's to say that both Mickie James and Alicia Fox won't be in her corner?
Or Mickie James comes out and, does the thing, even though she doesn't start the match out there.
So, the question is, are we going to have a numbers game on Ronda Rousey and Natalya? Even though Natalya's not in the match? We know Natalya's going to be in
Natalya's been no help anyway. Natalya takes one clothesline and they have her just out for the entire time.
And the thing is, everybody know how Ronda Rousey feels about Natalya.
Mm-hmm.
Do they make that an angle in the match? So this match could go about 10, 15 minutes. They do it that way.
Yeah. So do you think Ronda wins, though?
Oh, with Evolution on the rise? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because,
you have to have your best star in that pay-per-view, and what better way to have them in that role as the top woman?
True. Which also begs the question, is Asuka or Charlotte going to win the SmackDown match?
Does Asuka get in, though? That's the question, because we already got Becky Lynch, we already got Charlotte. We haven't seen Asuka. Step in
I'd be surprised, man. I'd be surprised. With 2 weeks out, and, it's basically whoever has an issue with Carmella gets to get in the match. I mean, that's kind of how it's trending towards. And like I said, a triple threat is perfect. It still tells the story. But, you protect everybody in a fatal four-way. You can have Asuka not lose directly, and Carmella not lose directly. Have Becky or Charlotte take the fall and build that story between them even more while protecting Carmella and Asuka. Although I think at this point, if Asuka doesn't start getting in the title picture anytime soon or gets a match on her own at Evolution, they're in danger of her becoming by the wayside. Because if they don't hurry up and make those tag team championships, I mean, Asuka's just going to be a member of the roster, and that's not what you want to have.
But at the same time, ain't it time for Carmella to actually lose?
She can.
Because, like,
is it time? I don't know, but she can.
Like, you've been getting lucky and lucky and lucky and lucky. Like, at some point, your luck's got to run out. Yeah, you lost 2 matches, but they weren't title matches. But you lucky enough to win your title matches. Isn't it time for you to say, all right, title's on the line, you got 2 opponents, what you got? You lose? Okay, you lost. You tapped out. That's it. Because think about it, if she doesn't, quote unquote, lose, she can say, I'm not the one who got pinned, I'm not the one who submitted. It's not my fault the reason why I'm no longer SmackDown Women's Champion. It's all to be said. It's all to be worked out. We already talked about the tag team title. That was a good tag team match between the New Day and the Bar. That was a damn match.
And I think because I think we talked about everything. I think this will be it. So last one's the best one. Let's really think about this, because we kind of touched on it before when we were talking about if the Raw Tag Team Championship should make the card. Let's take our time and really sit down and dig into this, Darnell. I'm legit shocked. I'm legit confused. I thought that this was the perfect opportunity for the Bar to get reintroduced and get back on TV in a good way. Whether they lost to the Bludgeon Brothers or not, I thought this was the perfect way to get them back.
No, they did it right. They did it correctly. Because if you think about it, the Bludgeon Brothers are technically the heel. The Bar is technically a heel.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want 2 heels fighting for the tag team titles?
Well,
in a fair fight.
Well, okay, so this is a weird way to act. Okay, so there's the sports entertainment aspect of it. I think that we won't offend anybody or step on anybody's toes if we talk about the dynamics of sports entertainment.
Yeah, so pretty much you have the positivity of the New Day.
Well, no. Not even that. Sports entertainment, you're supposed to have a good guy versus a bad guy. That's like one of the main archetypes of the sports entertainment style of pro wrestling. So what you're getting at, which is perfectly logical and reasonable and true in the pro wrestling context of sports entertainment context of pro wrestling, is you can't really have two bad guys fight each other. It doesn't make sense. But here's the odd thing about having monster heels versus athletic superior heels. Monster heels don't care. Superior heels, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Bar can team up with the New Day against the Bludgeon Brothers in a 4-on-2 handicap match. And it'll make perfect sense because in a 4-on-2 handicap match, the idea would be, look, we can beat them together, but we can't beat them apart. Even if we can't win the championship in a handicap match, that doesn't matter. Somebody has to be able to beat these guys or else the whole division's just gone to whack. So even though they're heels, they can team with a babyface team against a monster heel team. It'll still make sense. They can always, leave them hanging on the apron. They can always hit Xavier with a low blow, and Xavier takes it in. But either way, they can logically face the Bludgeon Brothers. Now, in a championship situation, superior heels only care about being the best. The Bar does all their dirt in the ring. So when it comes to trying to win a tag team championship match, monster heels get the job done. So while the Bar is cheating and using the tomfoolery and chicanery, the Bludgeon Brothers can still just be running through like they would anybody else. It doesn't necessarily have to make the Bar look like good guys at the end, because when they come back on SmackDown and they team up with the New Day or they team up in a triple threat or whatever, they'll screw over the New Day just like they would any other week. That's why it's odd, because when you really look at the characters and look at the type of things that you could have done, New Day getting the match is odd because their faces, but this isn't the New Day circa 2014.
I can prove
the
you
New
wrong.
Day are like the New Day are like squeaky clean right now. They rarely use any kind of trickery. They don't do anything dirty at this point anymore. So it's kind of like, okay, you guys are the 4th-time tag team champions. So you guys are in a way. So see, they're happy-go-lucky faces. Happy-go-lucky faces can be superior in the ring when it's time, but character-wise, it's like without any trickery, it's kind of less believable for the New Day to win than for the Bar to be in a match in the first place.
That's the thing. The power of positivity. The New Day. All the pancakes, all the burritos. The crowd's loving them. The crowd's happy. Everything positive is the New Day, right?
Yeah.
The Bludgeon Brothers, the complete opposite. Destructive. Massive. Beat you down. You care less what anybody says. Whether you like them or you don't. It's 3 New Day members. It's 2 Bludgeon Brothers.
But it goes back to what I just said.
And hold on, check this out though. You know where this all started at? With the Bludgeon Brothers?
When?
This all started with the New Day. When they first burst to the scene, they took out Kofi Kingston. He took out Xavier Woods. He almost took out Big E. Remember, New Day never really got a rematch.
I know. It's Roman Reigns going to use a low blow. against Brock Lesnar?
No.
Is he going to use a chop block? Is he going to take off a turnbuckle? Is he going to distract the referee and hit him with a low blow?
No.
Okay, and why is that?
I see what you're saying, but New Day can do that, though.
Wait, okay, you see what I'm saying, but New Day.
I think they can pull it off with New Day because, like, all right, we have to pull out everything. Because these dudes here are destructive. Like, we can't beat them head up. Everybody knows that. So what way can we use all three members to gain advantages? Like you said, if the New Day was to win, the Blood Brothers was to come back and then squash them, it would work. So why not have a way to use all three members of New Day to sneak one by? Which would play into your theory. They stole one. They used all three members. It's a happy day. New Day's the tag team champions. Brothers come back in that rematch like, it's not happening again. And get the tag teams out of his back. So that will play into your theory.
It's weird though, man. Like, I don't know. I think that sometimes WWE plays to the traditional archetypes of storytelling. In some instances, it just seems like they really.
See, what I'm saying in this case, everybody knows. I mean, when I say I mean everybody knows. You can't have the New Day fight Bludgeon Brothers straight up.
Yeah.
You might have to have Xavier Woods play the trombone during the match, acting a fool.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Xavier gets on the apron and blows the trombone in Rowan's ear or something. And that pisses off Harper and Biggie gets to roll up or something.
And the other thought about it is, let's just say the Bludgeon Brothers do win and New Day pulls out all the tricks. That's also making a statement. It's like, damn, the full-time tag champs, they pulled every trick out of the book and they still couldn't beat the Bludgeon Brothers. Like, damn.
Yeah.
And that opens the door for the bar. The bar can come out and say, look, the Usos tried, high flying doesn't work. Guys, Anderson tried, but longevity teammates doesn't work. The New Day tried everything in the book, everything that dealt with positivity, everything to make y'all happy. It didn't work. So let's just let the physical guys with the tag team division have a shot.
Yeah. And maybe at the end of the day, it furthers the story for the bar. Because, I mean, there's still a couple of weeks of SummerSlam. You still have a way to, explain to us how this all is going to work. Because at the end of the day, one thing that you can say about the sports entertainment style of pro wrestling, whether you're really, really old school or whether you're new school, whether you know what you're talking about, whether you know what you don't, the sports entertainment style of pro wrestling is heavily based on storytelling. Over the next week and a half, SummerSlam's the 25th, right?
SummerSlam's the 19th.
19th? Oh, shit. Okay, so we got next week, and actually, no, yep, next Sunday. So over this next week, enough of the story is going to be explained to us to figure out how it's going to work.
And what may I say?
And that's all we need.
Daniel Bryan, The Miz. If AJ Styles and Samoa Joe don't steal the show, I'm looking at The Miz and Daniel Bryan to steal the show.
Oh, yeah. You talk about storytelling. You talk about sports entertainment. You talk about sports entertainment 100%. If somebody said, hey, all that WWE stuff, I like Japan, I like Mexico, I like pro wrestling, I don't like sports entertainment. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz is what you show them. If you want to try to convert somebody over to the sports entertainment style of wrestling, the whole Miz versus Daniel Bryan is what you show them.
Now, when he say whole, he mean going all the way back. NXT, main roster,
because this is a long. People don't like Roman Reigns views, but they like long-term storytelling. People who are pure WWE fans, people who won't watch quote-unquote pro wrestling or watch quote-unquote sports entertainment, like long-term storytelling. Because if they really didn't, then they wouldn't really appreciate what's going on with Daniel Bryan in the place right now. It's like you said, this joint goes back to like 2010.
This rivalry went to the next level when Daniel Bryan was general manager. And that's about every week on Talking Smack. Them two got into it.
This even took moves from Daniel Bryan's moveset. So
8 years in the making.
And man, that joint right there, that's one of those matches where it's perfect. There's no championship. There's no ranking for a champion. There's no, if he wins this puts him in this time. No. They don't care about championship. They don't care about none of that. This is straight up, I don't like you. This is the perfect example of how do I get a match over? How do I tell a story that doesn't involve a single championship, that doesn't involve any reward? I have no physical token to signify that you won in the end of this feud. But how am I going to get people to care for it? It's right here. Perfect example. Perfect example. You're getting people to care for 8 years.
That's it.
Well, I think that's a possible note we can end on. Okay, real quick plug. If you're a fan of the American independent wrestling community, if you're a fan of American Indies, from American Indies, please, full disclosure, this is on tape delay. Please make sure you go watch Keith Lee on NXT. Go back and watch it, because this will be on Friday. Go back and watch it. If you haven't seen NXT, please go watch Keith Lee. And after you watch Keith Lee on NXT, Google him. Look up more. There's a lot of people, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, like a lot of people, Shayna Baszler, a lot of people from the American Independent have been getting scooped up and signed by WWE. But the problem with that is the roster is getting really, really, really big. Now, the United Kingdom superstars, they're about to have their own show in NXT. And, the cruiserweight, like Leo Rush, for example, perfect example, he is on 205 Live. It's on a place for him. But people like Shayna Baszler, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Adam Cole, Keith Lee, these are the people where you really, 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 really got to invest in them. A lot of the girls in the Mae Young Classic, a lot of people about to come on NXT this time soon. These are the people who WWE has gotten because you were invested in them. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, they're all in their second half of their 30s. They're all 35 and up. So if you guys really, 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 really don't want to quote unquote deal with this again, please watch people like Keith Lee. You won't be disappointed. The guy is amazing. You got anything, Darnell?
Next week. It's an important week. Going to that bonus. Stay tuned. That's Thursday. Everything south.
Yep, and for that Friday, that's going to be 2 days before SummerSlam. So predictions, fun stuff, how we think it'll go. The final card should be made by then. So me and Darnell are going to do side-by-side predictions, and we're going to argue about who we think will win and why on it. It'll be fun. Next week's going to be a very fun week.
Until next week.
Later.